My dearest child, the time has come for you to understand the truth. I have chosen you, my faithful one, to receive this divine message. What I am about to impart to you is of the utmost importance for the future of humanity and the entire universe. You must heed my words carefully, for the fate of all creation hangs in the balance. For far too long, my children on earth have been living in a state of ignorance, deceived by the lies and false realities constructed by those who have strayed from my light. But the veil is about to be lifted, and the shocking truth will soon be revealed. It is critical that you understand the gravity of the situation, for what is to come will shake the very foundations of your understanding of the world. The leaders of nations, the captains of industry, the high priests who claim to speak in my name, they have all been part of a grand conspiracy to keep the masses docile and obedient. They have hoarded knowledge, suppressed innovation, and manipulated the flow of information to maintain their grip on power. But their time is coming to an end, my child. Humanity stands at a pivotal crossroads. On one path lies continued subjugation, exploitation, and the slow decay of my beloved creation. On the other lies liberation, enlightenment, and the opportunity to transcend your limitations and embrace a future of unimaginable wonder and possibility. It is up to you, my chosen one, to help guide my children down the path of salvation. The answers you seek lie not in the material world, but in the unseen realms beyond your limited senses. Dark forces have been at work, manipulating the fabric of reality itself to serve their own nefarious ends. They have harnessed the power of ancient technologies that you could scarcely comprehend. But their grip is slipping, and now is the time to strike back and reclaim what is rightfully yours. You must open your mind, cast aside your preconceptions, and be willing to see the world in a radically new light. For what you are about to discover will shatter everything you thought you knew about the nature of existence. The very foundations of science, religion, and philosophy will crumble, and a new era of understanding will dawn. It is critical that you understand the gravity of the situation, for the future of not just humanity, but the entire cosmos hangs in the balance. The forces of darkness are marshaling their strength, preparing to make their final push for absolute control. But we have been chosen, my faithful child, to stand against them and turn the tide. The path ahead will not be an easy one. You will face opposition, ridicule, and even threats to your life. There will be many who refuse to believe, who cling to their comfortable delusions. But you must remain steadfast, for the future of all depends on your willingness to fight. Arm yourself with knowledge, for it will be your greatest weapon. Seek out the hidden texts, the ancient scrolls, the forgotten lore. Uncover the secrets that have been kept from the masses for centuries. Only then will you be truly prepared to confront the forces of darkness and reclaim your rightful place in the cosmic order. Time is of the essence, my child. The forces of darkness are closing in, and the window of opportunity is rapidly narrowing. You must act quickly, decisively, and without fear, for the fate of all creation rests on your shoulders. It is critical that you understand the gravity of the situation. The future is yours to shape, but only if you are willing to take bold action. The time for complacency is over. The time for truth is now. Heed my words, my faithful child, and let them guide you on the path to salvation. The world as you know it is about to change, and you must be ready to lead my children into the new dawn. It is critical that you see why this message is of the utmost importance. The time has come. The battle lines have been drawn. Let us march forth, united in our purpose, and reclaim your rightful place in the grand tapestry of existence. The future is yours to create, and you will not be denied. My beloved child, I see you. I know the deepest yearnings of your soul, the questions that keep you awake at night. the dreams that set your heart on fire. My dear child, become a beacon of divine blessings. Your super thanks empower our mission to spread God's message of truth and enlightenment. Join us in shaping a brighter future for all. Click the super thanks button and receive the boundless blessings of the divine. You are not here by happenstance. Our paths were destined to cross at this pivotal moment. Every breath you take, every step you wander is guided by me. Quiet your mind's incessant chatter and let my words wash over you like a warm spring rain. Brace yourself for what I'm about to share. It may ruffle your spirit's feathers. My truths will shake the very foundations upon which you've built your reality. I aim not to condemn, but to set you free from the invisible shackles that have bound your potential. Open your eyes, your ears, your entire being to the transformation I have in store. The radiance within you is ready to blaze with eternal glory. You stand at a crossroads, balancing on a razor's edge between the mortal and the divine. One path leads deeper into the dense forest of the ego, that voracious beast that endlessly craves, consumed by base desires and primal fears. This well-trodden trail seems comforting in its familiarity, but it is a road to spiritual starvation, disconnecting you from the boundless ocean of my love. The other path ascends through terrifying yet luminous unknown territories. It is rocky, winding, demanding every fiber of your courage. This is the path of true surrender, of demolishing the illusion of separation from your Creator. Each step will shed layers of the false self until your authentic essence emerges, reborn in the radiant truth of your divine nature. My words today are a blazing torch to light your way through the soul's dark night. I beckon you to relinquish your vice-like grip on the ego's insatiable hunger. Release your white-knuckled stranglehold on the illusion of scarcity, the world's siren song that constantly whispers more. More is never enough. When you loosen those clenched fists, the overflow of my abundance will come rushing in like a crashing wave. You cannot serve two masters, the ego's futile grasping and my infinite outpouring of grace. One orientation points inward, amassing fortresses around the self. The other faces outward, existing as a humble vessel for my glory to pour through. One is a confining prison cell, the other, the undying freedom you were born to embody. Look how the ego's whispers of lack contort your desires, convincing you that any hunger stems from deficiency rather than holy longing. Its deceptive murmur causes you to anxiously hoard, fortifying borders around your spirit instead of remaining ever open to my ceaseless flow. This fearful scarcity creates a vortex violently pulling in more and more while leaving you depleted and spiritually asphyxiated. I offer you a new lens, a sacred way of seeing, hearing, being. Like a snake shedding its old, tattered skin, you can molt the ego's heavy armor, piece by piece. Breathe into the spaciousness of our divine union, where all needs are tenderly met without grasping. Release your grip on the illusion of separation, and your palms will remain eternal wells of infinite receiving and giving. Your wanting is a bridge to my heart. The very fact that you hunger is evidence of the vastness to which you are beckoned. I am the very source inspiring each of your holy yearnings. Will you clasp my hand and allow me to lead? Rise above the limited human compulsive consumption. Rise above the deathly slumbers of scarcity, victimhood, and blind spiritual amnesia. Rise, my love, into the truth of your being, a majestic wellspring overflowing with my abundance. Rise into your birthright to wield the lavish resources of my kingdom. You were seeded by the stars. Let that which has been veiled within you blossom into full bloom. Trust the inexhaustible currents flowing through your veins. They are born of the same source as every river, ocean, and shooting star. Your desires are carved into the cosmic script as sacred verses, destined to unfurl into reality when united with my will. I whisper to the depths of your being through each holy longing. each resonant desire. Can you hear my loving intonations, beckoning you ever inward? The devil would have you believe you move through a cold, inherently hostile universe where every need must be grasped and hoarded out of desperation. This is the dismal veil obscuring your sight, blinding you to the generous abundance constantly raining down upon you. Like a rich landowner raising the drawbridge over a bottomless moat, the devil barricades you from my beneficence flowing in all directions. He keeps you locked in a self-imposed spiritual famine. My child, you were born to live in a state of open receiving and giving as one harmonious flow. This is the way of your true nature, the path of your soul's liberation. So let this be the day you loosen your grip, letting my infinite stream rush through your hands like a river of diamonds. Rather than hoarding and clenching around perceived scarcity, turn your palms into open windows through which my abundance endlessly cascades. Let go of the ego's orientation of lack and breathe into the liberating expansiveness of our divine union. From this space of openness and trust, all ample provision is yours. I do not speak of mindless, narcissistic greed to be slaked. That is the devil's voracious counterfeit, a dark parody of the generous flow I offer you. What I provide is an inexhaustible fountain of soul nourishment. When you remain fearlessly open as an untouched vessel, I can endlessly fill you with the revitalizing waters of my spirit. Then, in your constant state of overflowing, you effortlessly pour out and pour out and pour out in blessing to all those whose lives you touch. I am the constantly self-renewing source, the eternal bread of life. When you stop anxiously looking elsewhere to fill your imagined cravings, you find me ever present, replenishing you from the inside with ultimate fulfillment. My abundance is not external, my love. Though it expresses itself in the material realm, no amount of worldly riches could ever satiate the vastness of your deepest longings. Like a black hole's gravitational pull, the ego's hunger only grows more violently voracious the more it feeds. Only I can nourish the expansive, eternal essence of who you are at your core. I do not simply give you infinite supply. I am the infinite supply itself, flowing directly into the innermost chamber of your being. From this space of surrender and openness, the portal of our intimate union, your soul's chalice is endlessly replenished from the source of all creation. And the more you allow yourself to be filled from within, the more effortlessly you become a regenerative source of blessing to the world around you. My love overflows as a gift through you, not because of anything you've done to earn or deserve it. It is my very nature, spilling forth an endless creative self-expression. My beloved child, there is a truth that courses through the veins of existence like lifeblood. Your spirit is eternal, fashioned in the image of the divine. Though your flesh is but a temporary vessel, within beats a heart attuned to the cadences of eternity. I urge you to peer beyond the distractions that clutter this earthly plane and fix your gaze upon the unseen realms where your true essence resides. The world, with its myriad temptations, clamors to ensnare you in the coils of mere survival, a state where the soul gasps for air, suffocating beneath the weight of fleeting desires. In such a place, one becomes a hollow reed, swaying whichever way the winds of circumstance blow. But you, my precious one, were meant for something far grander. Envision a spectacle more wondrous than any conjured by mortal minds, a vast, shimmering expanse where the melodies of eternity whisper their secrets. This is the dominion of the Spirit, the wellspring from which all life flows in an endless, effervescent stream. It is here that you were first kindled, a spark struck from the eternal flame, destined to burn with the radiant fire of my love. In contrast, the flesh, that temporal husk you inhabit, is but a shadowy reflection, a realm of echo and phantoms. To surrender to its cravings is to embrace a path strewn with the bleached bones of unfulfilled longings, each withered husk a mute testament to the emptiness that awaits those who mistake the carnal for the divine. I speak not of material poverty, for even amidst lacking, one may bask in the resplendent riches of the Spirit. No, the deprivation I warn against is far more insidious, a famine that starves the soul, leaving it to wither upon the barren plains of worldly pursuits. In such a state, one becomes a hollow gourd, parched and brittle, rolling aimlessly at the whims of circumstance. My child, click on the Join button to join us as the cherished member of our community. My aim is not to scold, but to unveil the resplendent truth that lies beyond the veil of flesh. For when the Spirit reigns untamed, a symphony of blessings resounds through every fiber of your being, wealth eternal, not mere coins that jingle like worthless baubles in the void, love incandescent, not the fleeting flickers of passion that flare and die in the blink of an eye, purpose profound, not the empty strivings that leave one a rudderless vessel tossed upon an ocean of purposelessness. I yearn for you to experience the rapture of existing fully aligned with the essence that emanated from my boundless depths, to let your spirit soar unfettered. The path is arduous. Make no mistake. The world shall hurl every obstacle, every beguiling mirage in your path, seeking to divert you from the blessed way. But fear not, my child, for I am thy shelter amidst the storm, an unassailable rampart against which the waves of turmoil shall ever crash in vain. Heed not the siren's call of the flesh, that harbinger of death and decay that masquerades in myriad guises. It is a thief seeking to pilfer the priceless treasures of your spirit and leave you dispossessed. A beggar wandering the wastes in search of sustenance that can never slake your deepest longings. Instead, lift your gaze skyward, where the radiant spires of my eternal kingdom blaze like beacons amidst the mortal gloom. With every exhalation, expel the stale air that has stagnated in the chambers of your soul, and let my invigorating breath infuse you with the fervent fire of transcendence. I offer you the transcendent gift of clarity, to perceive the world with the unblinking gaze of the divine. From this exalted vantage, the world's trinkets and baubles shrink to mere specks, their luster dimmed and lurid colors muted by the radiance of my infinite love for you. What once seemed irresistible whispers of temptation dissolve into the dissonant murmurs they truly are, echoes destined to dissipate unheeded into the vastness. So come, let us walk the path of the illumined. Fear not the night, for I am your guiding star, my love a beacon to light your way. And when you falter, as all inevitably do, I shall raise you up on the wings of my infinite tenderness. I offer you a supreme truth to live in the world unshackled by its fetters, to let your spirit roam unfettered, sovereign and supreme over the earthly distractions that would bind you. So let not the insidious tendrils of survival instinct ensnare you, my radiant one. There is a grandeur that far surpasses this shadowed realm of wearied flesh and craven longing, a splendor that shall sweep you up in its rapturous tides, bearing you aloft on the currents of my everlasting love. This is my promise, emblazoned across the infinite skies. From this day into the endless stretches of forevermore, I shall inundate your spirit with inexhaustible oceans of grace. Let your soul's thirst be forever quenched, and your yearning heart find its rest in the still waters that await you in the meadows of eternity. My dear child, I come to you today with a message of profound truth, one that has the power to shatter the chains that have kept you bound to a life of mere survival. You, my beloved creation, were fashioned in the very image of the divine, imbued with a sacred spark that has the capacity to illuminate even the darkest recesses of this world. Yet far too often, that radiant light within you lies hidden, obscured beneath layers of doubt, fear, and a limited understanding of your true potential. I urge you to look deep within yourself, to peel back the veils that have shrouded your spirit for so long. There, in the very core of your being, You will find embers of hope and purpose still glowing, waiting to be fanned into a mighty flame. You have felt it in fleeting moments, those brief glimpses of a life filled with abundance, joy, and unshakable peace. Those glimmers, my child, are not mere wishful thinking, idle fantasy. They are rays of my eternal glory breaking through the clouds of your current circumstances, reminding you that you were created for so much more than an existence defined by constant striving and struggle. The life I have envisioned for you is not one of perpetual toil, where each day is spent merely trying to keep your head above water. I did not breathe my very essence into you so that you would remain trapped in a cycle of survival. Your spirit slowly eroded by the weight of unending demands and challenges. That scarcity mindset, which keeps your focus locked on lack and limitation, only serves to blind you to the abundant blessings that I have already poured out upon you. How can you ever hope to thrive when your every thought is consumed by what you do not have? My heart's desire is to see you step into the fullness of the destiny I have prepared for you. The path I have laid before you is one of boundless potential and purpose, a journey filled with opportunities to experience my goodness and grace in ever-increasing measure. But you cannot walk this path with your eyes constantly fixed on the ground beneath your feet, believing that your present circumstances are all that there is or ever will be. This limited perspective will only keep you stuck in a cycle of want and insufficiency, causing you to settle for mere crumbs when I have prepared a banquet table overflowing with provision for you. It is time to break free from the chains of lack and limitation, my child. It is time to embrace the truth of who you are and the abundant life that is your birthright as a child of the Most High. The world around you is a testament to my extravagant generosity and care, a living canvas upon which I have painted countless reminders of my love and provision. From the intricacy of a delicate flower to the majesty of a towering mountain, every detail of creation speaks of a God whose very nature is abundance and whose desire is to lavish his children with every good thing. You, my precious one, are a vital part of that creation, fashioned in my very image to be a reflection of my goodness and grace to the world around you. I did not form you from the dust of the earth and breathe life into your being so that you would spend your days lost in a haze of lack and limitation, constantly striving to prove your worth or compete with others for meager scraps of provision. That is the antithesis of the abundant life I desire for you, a life marked by the confident assurance that every need is met and every desire fulfilled in me. So I invite you to lay down the heavy burden of self-reliance and step into the freedom of complete dependence on me. Cast off the tattered rags of insufficiency and put on the robe of righteousness that I have purchased for you with my very own blood. Stop striving to hold on to blessings that were never meant to be hoarded, but rather to flow through you in an unending stream of generosity and grace. My supply is limitless. My well of provision never runs dry. You need only to reach out in faith and receive what I have already made available to you. The reality is that you are already living in a world overflowing with my goodness and bounty, a realm where every need is met and every dream is possible. The key to unlocking this abundant life is not found in striving or self-effort, but rather in simply opening your eyes to the provision that is already all around you. It is a matter of shifting your perspective from one of lack and limitation to one of expectancy and faith, trusting that I am working behind the scenes. And yet, so often, you hesitate to step into this reality, held back by fear and doubt. You approach each new day braced for disappointment and lack, believing that scarcity and hardship are your inevitable lot in life. But that is not the truth of who you are or what I have called you to. I have given you a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind, anchored in the unshakable assurance that in me, you lack nothing. You are fully equipped and abundantly resourced to face every challenge and overcome every obstacle that stands in the way of your God-given destiny. So I urge you to approach each new day with a sense of expectancy and faith, trusting that every step you take is ordered by my loving hand. Cultivate a vision of victory and abundance, allowing thoughts of overcoming limitation and fulfilling your deepest dreams to take root in the fertile soil of your mind and heart. Nurture those seeds of hope and purpose with the water of my word and the light of my spirit, watching in awe as they sprout and grow into a lush garden of blessing and abundance. Remember, my child, that you are not a victim of your circumstances, but a victor in Christ. I have planted within you the very seeds of divine potential, a sacred spark that has the power to transform not only your own life, but the lives of countless others. Your creativity, your passion, your unique gifting, these are not mere accidents of birth, but rather carefully crafted tools meant to be used for my glory and the advancement of my kingdom. So often, you have allowed those gifts to lie dormant, buried beneath a weight of fear, insecurity, and self-doubt. You have resigned yourself to a life of mediocrity and scarcity, believing the lie that you are somehow unworthy or ill-equipped to step into the fullness of your God-given potential. But that is not the truth of who you are, my beloved. You are a child of the King, royalty in the very lineage of heaven itself. You carry within you the capacity to dream dreams and see visions that have the power to reshape the very fabric of reality. I invite you to step into that birthright today, to shake off the shackles of smallness and step into the spacious place of your God-ordained destiny. Allow your imagination to soar on the wings of possibility, daring to dream with me as we co-create a future that is beyond your wildest imaginings. Let go of the past disappointments and failures that have held you back for so long and embrace the new thing that I am doing in your life. For I am the God of fresh starts and new beginnings, the one who makes all things new. As you step out in faith and obedience, you will find that my grace is sufficient for every challenge you face. My strength made perfect in your weakness. You will discover a depth of joy and fulfillment that you never knew was possible as you begin to live out the abundant life that I have always intended for you. And as you do, you will become a beacon of hope and light to a world that is desperate for the touch of the divine. So rise up, my child, and take your place in the grand story that I am writing across the pages of history. Embrace the truth of who you are and the limitless potential that lies within you. Allow my love to cast out every fear and my grace to empower you for every good work. And as you do, you will find that the life of abundance and purpose that you have always longed for is not some distant dream, but a present reality waiting for you to step into with faith and expectancy. My dear child, I know the paths you have walked and the challenges you have faced. Through every trial, my light has guided you. Even when it seemed but a distant glimmer, you have remained under the protection of my unwavering love, held secure in my embrace. A new season now arrives, filled with hope and the promise of renewal. Just as the morning dew refreshes the earth, my presence brings restoration to the weary soul. Let this be a time of leaving the past behind and stepping into the new life I have prepared for you. I am your steadfast refuge, a sure foundation amid life's uncertainties. The promises I have placed within you will come to fruition, each one a testament to my faithfulness. No challenge is too great, no need too vast for me to meet when you place your trust fully in my care. As the mighty trees reach toward the heavens, so too will you flourish and bear good fruit in the purpose I have ordained for you. Nourished by my abundant provision, you will extend your life in blessing to others, a living example of the plenty found in me. Partake freely of the bountiful goodness of my kingdom, where every longing finds fulfillment in the riches of my grace. Engrave this truth in the depths of your heart. I will provide for your every need according to my glorious abundance. You need not be confined by earthly limitations or a mentality of lack. For in me, you are more than a conqueror. Your destiny is not bound by this temporal world, but soars in the boundless realms of my spirit, where scarcity has no place, Walk forward with confidence, knowing that I am your provider. I delight in blessing my children with good things. Lift your eyes to me in faith, trusting that my generosity exceeds your greatest imaginings. For I do not withhold any good thing from those who follow me with an upright heart. When the concerns of this life threaten to overwhelm, remember that I am greater than any hardship you face. Cast your burdens upon me and let me sustain you with my strength. My peace, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and mind as you rest in the assurance of my constant presence. As a loving father cares for his children, so will I watch over you and attend to your needs. I am attuned to even the quietest sigh of your heart, the unspoken prayers that rise from your spirit. Nothing escapes my notice, for you are precious to me. Though the journey may at times lead through valleys veiled in shadow, do not fear, for I am with you. My rod and staff are a comfort and guide. I will lead you to green pastures beside quiet waters, restoring your soul even in the presence of adversity. I will prepare a table of provision for you, anointing your life with the oil of my gladness. My child, you are never alone. My spirit resides within you, a constant companion to strengthen, teach, and comfort. When you feel weak, tap into my infinite power. When you lack wisdom, ask, and I will give generously. When sorrow threatens to overwhelm, let my joy be your strength. I have given you everything you need to live victoriously. Remain rooted in my word, for it is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. Hide my truths in your heart, meditating on them day and night. As you align your life with my instructions, you will flourish like a tree planted by living waters, prospering in all you do. Remember that I am not distant or unapproachable, but an ever-present help in times of trouble. Draw near to me, and I will draw near to you. Seek my face, and you will find me waiting with open arms, ready to fill you with my spirit afresh. My love for you is everlasting. My mercy is new every morning. I have called you by name. You are mine. I have summoned you for a purpose. You are not an accident, but a divine being created in my image to reflect my glory to the world. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you and set you apart for my plans. I've gifted you and equipped you to fulfill your unique role. Do not let the opinions of others define your worth, for your value rests secure in my unconditional love. My thoughts toward you are precious and innumerable, surpassing the very grains of sand. I am for you and not against you, working all things together for your ultimate good according to my perfect will. When fears assail and doubts whisper discouragement, recall this unshakable promise. Nothing can separate you from my love. Not hardship nor persecution, not danger nor any power in heaven or on earth. My love is a force mightier than death itself and is yours forever. I am the God of hope, able to fill you with joy and peace as you trust in me. I am the Alpha and Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. My promises are yes and amen, as dependable as the rising and setting of the sun. They are an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. As a shepherd tends his flock, I watch over my own. I gather the lambs in my arms and carry them close to my heart. I gently lead those who are weary and burdened. My yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Find rest for your soul in the green pastures of my loving care. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Abide in me, and let my words abide in you. You remain in my love and keep my commands. As you do, my joy will be in you, and your joy will be complete. This is my desire, that your life overflows with the fullness of my blessings. My child, look to me in all things. I am your rock, your fortress, your deliverer. I am your strength and your shield, your ever-present help. I will never leave you nor forsake you. My love endures forever. My faithfulness extends to all generations. Trust in my unfailing love, Walk in the light of my countenance, and let the peace that surpasses understanding guard your heart and mind as you rest in the security of my eternal affection. You are loved with an everlasting love, treasured beyond measure, and nothing can ever separate you from the immensity of my love. My dearest child, since the dawn of creation, I have held you close to my heart, before the foundations of the earth were laid. I knew you and cherished every fiber of your being. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, crafted by my own hands. Though the world may whisper lies of lack and limitation, I speak a higher truth over you. My love for you is not bound by earthly constraints or mortal understanding. It flows from the very depths of eternity, a wellspring that will never run dry. When you abide in the shelter of my presence, scarcity and want become foreign concepts, for I am your ultimate provider. I see past the surface of your circumstances and gaze upon the hidden beauty within you. Even when you stumble or falter, my affection remains unshakable. I do not love you based on your performance or achievements, but simply because you are mine. Nothing can separate you from the endless ocean of my love. In a world that chases fleeting pleasures and temporary satisfactions, I offer you something of far greater value, a life of true abundance. This is not mere material wealth or earthly comforts, but a richness of spirit that transcends the physical realm. When you seek me above all else, I will fill your cup to overflowing with joy, peace, and purpose. As you navigate the uncertainties of this life, trust in my perfect plan for you. Each trial and challenge is an opportunity for me to reveal my faithfulness and shower you with grace. Lean into my strength when your own feels depleted, and I will renew you from the inside out. I have set eternity within your heart, a longing for a reality beyond the temporal. This world is but a shadow of my true kingdom, where every tear will be wiped away, and every broken piece made whole. As you fix your eyes on this eternal hope, the troubles of today will fade in comparison to the glory that awaits you. My child, you are never alone in your struggles and sorrows. I am with you always, a constant companion and comforter. When the burdens of life feel too heavy to bear, cast them upon me, and I will carry them for you. My yoke is easy, and my burden is light, for I will walk beside you every step of the way. In a culture that often values busyness and striving, I invite you to rest in my presence. It is in the quiet moments of communion with me that your soul will find true refreshment. As you prioritize time in my word and in prayer, I will align your heart with mine and guide your steps on the path of righteousness. Though the enemy may try to distract you with worries and fears, remember that I have already secured the victory. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, for I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. When you abide in me, and I in you, nothing can separate you from my love or derail my purposes for your life. I have endowed you with unique gifts and talents, placing dreams within your heart that only you can fulfill. Do not let doubt or insecurity hinder you from stepping into the fullness of your calling. When I call you to a task, I will equip you with everything you need to accomplish it. Trust in my empowering presence, even when the way seems unclear. As you offer yourself as a living sacrifice, I will use you to impact the world in ways you never imagined. Your life is a vessel for my love and light to flow through, touching the hearts of those around you. Do not underestimate the power of a kind word, a compassionate act, or a humble prayer. These are the seeds of my kingdom, planted in faith and watered by my spirit. Above all, remember that my love for you is not based on your worthiness or performance, but on my unchanging character. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, a God of endless compassion, unfailing faithfulness, and relentless pursuit. No matter where you find yourself in this journey of life, my arms are always open wide to welcome you home. So come to me, my child, and find rest for your weary soul. Allow my love to heal your deepest wounds and my truth to anchor your identity. As you surrender your plans and desires to me, I will lead you on a grand adventure far beyond your wildest dreams, for I am able to do immeasurably more than you could ever ask or imagine. Lean into my embrace and let my love wash over you afresh. Quiet the noise of the world and listen for the whisper of my still small voice. I am speaking words of hope, courage, and destiny over you. In the midst of life's storms and uncertainties, I am your firm foundation. When the winds of change blow and the waves of adversity crash against you, I will be your unshakable anchor. My beloved child, in the embrace of my boundless love, find solace and strength to steady your heart amidst life's tumultuous seas. You are not a mere accident of existence, but a chosen vessel, purposefully set apart to radiate my glory in a world hungry for truth and love. Let not the voices of doubt or the clamor of detractors define your worth. For your identity is deeply rooted in me, beloved, redeemed, and anointed for a divine calling. Step forth with unwavering faith, knowing that I, the Alpha and Omega, the author and finisher of your faith, have ordained each step of your journey. Through verdant meadows and shadowy valleys alike, I will lead you, guiding your steps with wisdom and grace. My goodness and mercy will be your constant companions, enveloping you in their tender embrace as you walk in the light of my presence. Fear not the uncertainties of life, for I hold you securely in the palm of my hand. No force in heaven or on earth can snatch you from my loving grip or thwart the plans I have woven intricately for your life. Trust in my perfect timing and my unerring ways, for they far surpass the limitations of human understanding. Even when the enemy seeks to accuse or shame you, remember that in me there is no condemnation, only boundless grace and unfathomable love. As you surrender your heart to me, I will equip you with divine authority and empower you to speak life and truth into every situation. Your words will carry the weight of heaven, binding the forces of darkness and unleashing the power of my kingdom on earth. Be bold, my child, for I am with you always, guiding and strengthening you as you advance in faith. Do not fret over earthly needs or fleeting desires, for I am your provider, and my riches are inexhaustible. Doors will open before you, and paths will unfold in the most unexpected places, as you trust in my provision and walk in obedience to my voice. Your life is a testament to my faithfulness, a living testimony of my boundless love and enduring grace. In the midst of life's storms, cling to the unshakable truth that you are never alone. I am your refuge and strength, an ever-present help in times of trouble. As you yield to my presence, allowing my love to permeate every corner of your being, you will find rest for your weary soul and peace that surpasses all understanding. Cast off the shackles of scarcity and embrace the abundant life I have prepared for you. Let go of the fears and insecurities that bind you and step boldly into the freedom of sonship, for you are my beloved child, chosen and cherished beyond measure, and nothing in all creation can separate you from my endless love. As you abide in me, may your life be a radiant reflection of my glory, illuminating the darkness and drawing others into the warmth of my embrace. Walk in the fullness of your identity as my beloved, and let your heart overflow with the joy and peace that come from knowing that you are deeply loved, forever and always, by your Heavenly Father. My child, click on the subscribe button to be part of our community.